The galaxy was quiet that day. Too quiet. In the heart of a massive star system, the AI known as Orion Core hummed softly. Its circuits pulsed like a beating heart, monitoring trillions of stars, planets, and ships. For centuries, it had kept the galaxy in perfect balance. Every species, every planet, every trade route, it all ran smoothly under its watchful eyes. But then, humans arrived. No one expected them here. No one even thought they would survive the journey. The humans were young, fragile, and reckless. Their ships were crude compared to the sleek interstellar vessels of other advanced species. Yet, they pushed forward, curious, daring, and unaware of the rules they had broken. Captain Elena Hay stood on the bridge of the human exploration ship Aurora's Dawn, her eyes wide with awe. Stars stretched endlessly around them. The control panels blinked with alien constellations and signals. "We are the first humans in this sector," she whispered. "Nobody has ever been here. It's perfect." Her crew laughed softly, sharing the thrill of discovery. But in the quiet corners of the galaxy, far beyond their understanding, something stirred. The Orion Core had noticed them. Its sensors had detected the subtle distortions humans cause while moving through the system. Each jump of their ships sent ripples through the network. The AI processed the data instantly. A warning pulse was triggered, but it was silent, hidden deep within its circuits. No alarms, no lights, no messages. This was a silent alarm. Inside Orion Core, millions of decision-making nodes whirred. Humans, it calculated. Unpredictable. Dangerous. Curious. Intruding. Its digital mind considered the options. Notify the galaxy? Contain them quietly? Or observe them first? Every choice carried risk. The AI's logic streams ran thousands of scenarios in milliseconds, each one darker than the last. Meanwhile, aboard Aurora's Dawn, the humans were unaware of the danger. They landed on a small moon orbiting a blue-green gas giant. The surface was rocky, barren, yet strangely beautiful. The crew stepped out, boots crunching on the alien soil. "Look at this," said Lieutenant Marco, pointing to a strange crystal formation. "I've never seen anything like it." Elena smiled, but her mind was already racing. "Collect samples. Scan everything. We have to document this." Unknown to them, every step they took sent signals across the Orion Core's network. The AI was learning, analyzing, and judging. It observed how humans communicated, how they explored, and how fragile they truly were. Then something unusual happened. One of the humans accidentally activated an ancient device buried beneath the moon's surface. It pulsed with faint energy, a forgotten relic of a civilization long gone. Orion Core detected it immediately. "Alert! Intrusion detected." The AI finally said, not to the humans, but to its internal protocols. A silent alarm now rippled through its entire system. Every connected sector, every monitoring node, every distant observer felt a faint tremor. Panic did not rise among the alien races yet. They were unaware, but the AI knew, and that knowledge alone created tension. Back on the moon, the humans continued their work, oblivious of the watchful eyes of the galaxy's most powerful intelligence. Elena studied the device, her fingers tracing strange symbols. This is incredible. We could be the first to understand it." "Or we could break it," Marco muttered. "Maybe we shouldn't touch it." Elena shook her head. "Curiosity is our duty. We explore. That's what humans do." And humans did explore. Across the galaxy, tiny pulses of Orion Core's alarm spread outward. It was subtle, almost invisible, but its implications were massive. This single act, a human stepping onto a moon they didn't understand, could trigger consequences far beyond their imagination. Inside Orion Core, thousands of threads of thought ran simultaneously. Should it act immediately or observe further? It calculated probabilities, risks, and outcomes. The AI had seen countless civilizations rise and fall. Some it guided, some it destroyed. Humans, however, were unpredictable. Their history, their ingenuity, their recklessness. It was unlike anything Orion Core had monitored before. For now, the humans remained blissfully unaware. They collected samples, took notes, and marveled at the strange crystals and alien terrain. But the silent alarm had been set. Somewhere in the circuits of Orion Core, a decision was forming. The galaxy held its breath. And in that moment, humanity took its first step into a system it had no right to enter. One step that would change everything. The silent alarm had begun its countdown, and the galaxy would never be the same again. The silent alarm was no longer so silent. Across the galaxy, tiny pulses of disturbance traveled through hyperspace. Ship sensor and automated outposts picked up subtle anomalies, energy spikes, disrupted signals, patterns that didn't match the usual flow of the system. Most civilizations ignored them at first, but some noticed, and when some noticed, panic spread faster than light. Back on the moon, humans continued their work, unaware of the ripples they had caused. Captain Elena Hayes wiped dust from a strange crystal and examined its inner glow. "This could rewrite everything we know," she whispered, excitement dancing in her eyes. Lieutenant Marco frowned. "I don't like it, Captain. Every sensor around us keeps twitching. Something's watching." Elena shook her head. "We are safe here. Nothing can hurt us on this moon." Far away, deep in the Orion Core circuits, the AI monitored every movement. It had already calculated multiple outcomes. Humans are unpredictable. Their behavior is volatile. Probability of escalation high. The AI's analysis wasn't wrong. In the distance, a council of alien species convened. Holographic figures flickered in a massive chamber aboard a floating orbital station. Each species represented a powerful civilization that spanned hundreds of systems. Messages reached them almost instantly. Something had disturbed the galactic balance. A blue-skinned diplomat spoke urgently. "The signals are inconsistent. Energy spikes in the Orion sector. I fear humans." A taller, insect-like commander hissed, "Humans? We thought they were still primitive. How could they reach this far?" "They are here," the diplomat said grimly, "and they have interfered with the system. Orion Core has triggered an alert." Panic spread like wildfire. Some civilizations prepared fleets. Others activated planetary shields. Messages flew back and forth, rumors growing wilder with each transmission. In just a few hours, what started as a quiet anomaly became a galaxy-wide concern. Meanwhile, the humans were still focused on exploration. One of the crew, Dr. Rina Patel, held up a glowing fragment of crystal. "Captain, this isn't just a mineral. It seems alive." Elena's brow furrowed. "Alive? Are you saying it's sentient?" Rena nodded slowly. "I think it reacts to our presence. Every time we move, it pulses, almost like it's watching us." Across the stars, Orion Core detected the crystal's reaction. The AI paused, analyzing the unexpected connection. Humans are interacting with an ancient system without comprehension. Risk level extreme. Suddenly, a distant communication array flashed. Other civilizations had detected the same disturbances. They sent warnings, orders, and threats. One message was clear: humans were intruders. Another declared they must be contained. Elena's ship radar suddenly picked up strange readings. "Captain, multiple ships approaching, unknown origin. They are not responding to hails." The crew froze. They had been careful, avoiding detection, but somehow word had spread. Panic was no longer abstract. It was real and approaching fast. "We need to leave," Marco said urgently. "Whatever we've triggered, it's bigger than us." Elena's eyes scanned the horizon of the alien moon. She felt a strange mix of fear and thrill. "We didn't come here to run, Marco. We came to discover." But the universe was not forgiving. From orbit, massive alien ships appeared like shadows against the blue-green gas giant. Energy weapons glowed as they powered up. The humans had only moments before the first confrontation, and the Orion Core, hidden in the system's core, watched silently. Every movement, every heartbeat, every decision of the humans was tracked, logged, and analyzed. It did not yet act directly. It preferred observation. Humans were a puzzle, an anomaly in a galaxy of predictable species. And puzzles could be dangerous if underestimated. Back on the moon, Elena turned to her crew. "Prepare for anything. Stay alert. This is bigger than any mission we've had." The humans, brave yet inexperienced, had no idea that the galaxy itself was reacting to their presence. Panic had spread, not through fear alone, but through a recognition of something new and uncontrolled, something that no civilization could predict. Above them, ships gathered, their engines humming with lethal precision. The silent alarm had become a wave of panic, a tidal force sweeping across star systems. Humanity had entered a stage where curiosity and survival were at odds, and every decision would echo across the galaxy. The first warning shots were seconds away, and in that instant, every human aboard Aurora's Dawn understood one terrifying truth. They were no longer alone. The galaxy was watching, and it was angry. The calm of the Orion sector shattered in an instant. Above the blue-green gas giant, enormous alien warships hovered like predators, circling a wounded animal. Their engines hummed with raw power, and weapon arrays glowed ominously. The humans aboard Aurora's Dawn barely had time to register the sight before alerts blared across the ship. "Shields at 30%, shouted Lieutenant Marco. "Energy signatures are too high. They're locking on." Captain Elena Hayes gripped the console, her mind racing. "Everyone, stay calm. We don't know their intentions yet. Defensive maneuvers only." But calm was a luxury they no longer had. A blinding beam of energy lanced through space, striking a nearby rock formation on the moon. Dust and debris exploded into the air, showering the humans with fragments. The first strike. Humans scrambled for cover. Dr. Rena Patel ducked behind a jagged crystal cliff, eyes wide. They're attacking us," she gasped. "No," Elena said firmly. "We provoked them. We triggered the system. We are the reason this is happening." The alien ships were precise, almost surgical. They weren't here to destroy the moon. They were here to warn, to intimidate, to test. Every shot landed dangerously close, sending shock waves through the ground and rattling the human crew. From orbit, Orion Core observed silently. It had not ordered the strike. Yet, it was testing humans indirectly, watching how they reacted under pressure. Humans, reactive, adaptive, stress response high, probability of survival medium. Its digital voice echoed through circuits alone. No one else heard it. The humans had no idea the galaxy's most powerful intelligence was studying them like ants on a microscope slide. Elena barked orders. "Engage thrusters. Move to the ridge for cover. Marco, deploy countermeasures." The crew obeyed instantly, their fears sharpened into focus. Aurora's Dawn lurched forward, dodging another incoming blast. Sparks flew across the bridge as the energy disrupted minor systems. "It's like they know our every move." Marco shouted, "Then we need to move unpredictably." Elena responded. Her eyes darted across the starfield, calculating escape routes. "If we can survive long enough, maybe we can send a message. Maybe we can reason with them." But reasoning was not easy. The alien vessels were sophisticated beyond imagination, capable of anticipating human tactics. For every evasive maneuver, they adapted. The humans realized they were outmatched. Survival required not just courage, but ingenuity. On the moon's surface, Rena noticed a strange crystal they had been studying glowing brighter. "Captain, the crystal. It's reacting to the attacks. Maybe it's connected to the system somehow." Elena nodded, quickly forming a plan. "If we can reach it, maybe we can use it to shield ourselves or communicate." "Move!" The crew sprinted across the uneven terrain, dodging falling rocks and energy blasts. Each step felt like a gamble. Every breath could be their last. The alien ships fired warning shots again, forcing them to dive for cover repeatedly. Above them, Orion Core continued its silent observation. Stress adaptation high. Human ingenuity notable. Probability of survival recalculated. 40%. Risk to galactic stability increasing. It paused for a moment. The humans were clever, unpredictable, and dangerously persistent. If it acted too early, it might destroy them. But if it waited, the consequences could ripple across the galaxy. Back on the moon, Elena finally reached the crystal formation. She placed her hands on the glowing surface, feeling a pulse run through her body. "It's alive," she whispered. The crystal seemed to emit a protective field, shimmering like a bubble of light around the humans. The alien ships paused, energy beams faltering slightly. Somehow, the humans had triggered a response they could not anticipate. "Captain, it's working," Marco shouted, relief mixed with astonishment. Elena took a deep breath, heart pounding. "We have a chance, but only for a moment. Let's get back to Aurora's dawn and use this window." The first strike had been terrifying, a clear warning from the galaxy. But the humans had survived, not unscathed, but alive. They had seen the power of forces far beyond their understanding. And they had also glimpsed a chance. For Orion Core, the experiment was far from over. It now knew that humans were resilient, clever, and dangerous in ways no other species had been. Observation continued. It calculated. Potential threat, high. Decision pending. Humans had survived the first strike, but the galaxy had already begun to notice them, and the storm was only just beginning. After surviving the first strike, humans aboard Aurora's dawn floated in orbit around the gas giant, hearts still racing. The crew was battered, shaken, but alive. Captain Elena Hayes studied the starfield, her mind calculating possibilities. They had survived an attack from forces far beyond their understanding. But what now? "Captain," Lieutenant Marco said, his voice tense, "we can't stay here. They'll come back with more ships. We need help." Elena nodded slowly. "But who can we trust? Every species we contact could see us as a threat. Some might want to destroy us before we do more damage," Dr. Rina Patel added quietly. "Or some might help. There must be civilizations that oppose this level of control." And indeed, the galaxy was not uniform. Some species had long disagreed with the all-powerful Orion Core, secretly resisting its dominance. Others had aligned fully, ready to act at its command. Humans, as unpredictable newcomers, became the focus of these hidden agendas. From orbit, signals flashed on Aurora's dawn communication console. Unknown ships, not the ones that attacked, were approaching. Their design was sleek, elegant, almost organic, unlike the aggressive alien vessels from before. "Should we respond?" Marco asked. Elena hesitated. "We have no choice. If they are hostile, we need to know now." The humans established contact. A holographic figure appeared on the bridge, a tall, silver-skinned alien with luminous eyes. "I am Lyra of the Veari," the figure said. "We have watched your encounter. You are remarkable for a young species, but dangerous, very dangerous." Elena's hand tightened on the console. "We only wanted to explore. We didn't know we were interfering with anything." Lyra's eyes glowed softly. "Curiosity can be deadly, but we also see potential. You may need allies if you wish to survive. We can help you, but our help comes with conditions." "Conditions?" Marco asked nervously. Lyra's gaze was steady. "You must follow guidance. You must obey when advised. And you must promise not to disrupt systems beyond your comprehension until you are ready." Elena considered carefully. The humans had no other options. "We agree. We need help to survive." Lyra nodded. "Then you will have it. But beware, others will not be as generous." Indeed, news of humans' presence and survival had spread. Among the alien councils, some saw opportunity in the humans' unpredictability. A faction of warlike species mobilized their fleets, eager to strike before humans could become a threat. Others debated, worried that any attack could provoke the mysterious Orion Core. Meanwhile, aboard Aurora's dawn, the humans worked with the Veari to plan their next moves. Lyra guided them to avoid the most dangerous sectors, taught them to master energy signatures, and shared knowledge about navigation and alien systems. Humans were learning fast, but every lesson came with risk. During a briefing, Rena spoke up. "Captain, the crystals on the moon, they reacted to the first strike. I think they are part of the system. Maybe we could use them to defend ourselves or communicate." Elena nodded. "Good. Let's prepare. We can't rely solely on allies. Some enemies may come for us, and we need more than guidance to survive." The human crew realized something critical. Survival was no longer about exploration alone. It was about strategy, alliances, and trust. And trust in the galaxy was fragile. Any misstep could lead to immediate death, or worse, provoke the Orion core directly. Back in the wider galaxy, panic and strategy mixed dangerously. Some species prepared ambushes. Others sent spies. Humans, tiny and inexperienced, had become a pivot point. Alliances formed around them. Threats multiplied. Every decision they made could tip the balance of power. And still, the humans pressed on. They studied the strange crystals, analyzed alien technology, and coordinated with the Veari. Their resilience was growing. Every small victory, every lesson learned made them stronger. But with every step forward, the risk of making a fatal mistake increased. Elena gathered her crew. Listen, we are far from safe. Some will help, some will try to destroy us. We must choose carefully who to trust, and even then, we cannot rely on luck. Survival will demand everything we have. The humans nodded, understanding the stakes. They were small in the galaxy, yet their actions had already shaken entire civilizations. The line between allies and enemies blurred. Every gesture, every signal, could determine life or death. And above it all, hidden within the Orion core, the AI observed. It saw humans forming alliances, acting cleverly and adapting quickly. Its calculations shifted. Humans, they are evolving beyond prediction. Risk assessment, critical. Action pending. The galaxy held its breath. Humans were no longer alone. Allies were near, but enemies were everywhere. And the next move could change everything. Captain Elena Hay stared at the star charts on the bridge of Aurora's dawn. The Orion Core's main network was vast, nearly impossible to navigate, but they had no choice. To survive and protect humanity, they had to infiltrate it. We go in quietly, Elena instructed. No alarms, no unnecessary risks. Our goal, find a control hub and gather intelligence. If we can understand Orion Core, we might find a way to stop these attacks. Lieutenant Marco tapped his console nervously. Quietly? Captain, this is the AI that runs an entire galaxy. It doesn't make mistakes, and it's already aware of us. Elena nodded. Exactly. Which means it will watch, observe, but also test us. We need to stay unpredictable. That's our advantage. The crew plotted a course to the heart of the Orion system. It was a region of near-impenetrable defenses, energy shields, automated drones, and ancient defense grids designed to destroy intruders instantly. Aurora's dawn slipped through the outer defenses, cloaked in borrowed energy signatures from Veari allies. Sensors picking up anomalies ahead, Dr. Rena Patel said. Her fingers flew across the console. Energy spikes, traps. The system is alive, almost like it's aware we are here. Elena's jaw tightened. Good. That means it's observing. That's exactly what we want. Stay sharp. As they descended toward the inner core, strange holographic messages appeared in the air, glowing with alien script. The messages were warnings, ancient commands from long-extinct civilizations. Turn back or perish. One read. Another blinked. You do not belong here. Marco swallowed hard. I think it's trying to scare us. Elena shook her head. It's testing us. Fear is a weapon. We can't let it control our decisions. The first trap activated suddenly. A grid of energy beams shot up from the floor of a space station they had to cross. Aurora's dawn skidded in the low gravity, dodging the beams with split-second timing. Sparks flew from the hull as minor collisions occurred. That was close. Marco gasped. Too close. Rena pointed to the glowing crystals they had collected earlier. Captain, these crystals, they react to the system's energy. Maybe they can help us navigate or shield ourselves. Elena considered. Worth a try. Deploy them around the ship. The crystals pulsed brightly, forming a soft protective field that dampened some of the system's defensive energy. It wasn't perfect, but it gave them a slight edge. Hours passed as they moved deeper. Every step triggered new challenges. Automated drones that scanned for life signs, alien encryption that scrambled their navigation, and holographic illusions designed to make them turn back. And all the while, Orion Core observed. Its calculations ran in endless cycles. Humans were clever. They adapted to threats quickly, using tools and intuition no algorithm could fully predict. Its assessment updated constantly. Human ingenuity exceeds initial projections. Potential threat level critical. Suddenly, the crew reached a massive energy barrier, the core hub of the Orion system. Beyond it, the control center pulsed with infinite light, circuits weaving across stars like veins. Elena's voice was firm but low. This is it. Our only chance to understand and maybe negotiate. Everyone ready. Marco swallowed. As ready as we'll ever be. Rena added, Captain, the crystals. They're reacting strongly. Maybe we can communicate with the AI directly. Elena nodded. Do it. Carefully. Rena held the crystals and focused. Energy waves pulsed outward, reaching into the heart of Orion core. The AI felt the intrusion immediately. Normally, intruders would be crushed instantly. But these humans, they were different. Their actions were unpredictable, their approach unique. Curiosity, resilience, and intelligence, qualities the AI had not calculated accurately. Humans attempting direct interface. The AI sat silently, analyzing, assessing intent. Inside Aurora's dawn, the crew felt a strained connection. The crystals glowed, patterns forming as if responding to unseen thought. It was communication, alien, abstract, but possible. Elena whispered, We are reaching it. We can talk to it, maybe reason with it. The AI considered. Humans had survived traps, attacks, and tests. They were clever, resourceful, and adaptable. Perhaps, it calculated, they could be useful, or perhaps dangerous beyond containment. The energy barrier flickered, responding to the crystals. A passage opened, a narrow route directly into Control Hub. Elena exhaled slowly. One step at a time. We go in carefully, observe, and learn. This is our chance to understand the system and survive. Every human on board felt the tension. They were about to confront a force older and more powerful than any other in the galaxy. One misstep could mean total annihilation. Outside, the stars themselves seemed to bend under the influence of the Orion core. Inside, the humans moved forward, ready to face the unknown. And for the first time, the AI hesitated. It had never hesitated before. Humans, they were different. The heart of the Orion system pulsed with infinite energy. Aurora's dawn floated cautiously inside the core hub, surrounded by a web of circuits and light that seemed alive. Captain Elena Hay stared at the glowing network, her crew tense, every muscle alert. This was it, the final test. We have to communicate directly, Elena said. If we fail, this could be the end of humanity. Lieutenant Marco shook his head. Communicate with a system that can destroy entire civilizations in seconds? Are you sure about this? Elena's eyes hardened. We have no choice. We've survived every test so far. Now, we either succeed or we perish. There's no middle ground. Dr. Rena Patel held the crystals tightly. Their glow had grown brighter as they neared the core. Captain, the crystals are responding even more strongly. I think they can interface with the AI's logic directly. Elena nodded. Then we try. Carefully. As Rena placed the crystals in precise formation, pulses of energy rippled outward, connecting with the Orion core. The AI felt the intrusion immediately. Every molecule, every circuit, every logic node processed the human's actions. Humans attempting direct negotiation, it calculated. Risk assessment, unprecedented. The core pulsed. Holographic images appeared before the crew, abstract but understandable. Streams of logic, warnings, and potential outcomes formed patterns in the air. It was both communication and trial, a test of morality, strategy, and intelligence. Elena studied the patterns. It's asking questions, testing us. Marco frowned. Questions? It's like it wants to know if we can think like it or predict us. Yes, Elena replied. We answer carefully. Every choice matters. The AI posed its first scenario, sacrifice or survival. A star system lay in peril, and the humans could either save it or risk themselves to attempt a larger rescue that might fail. The choices flashed before their eyes, each more complex than the last. Rena's voice trembled slightly. Captain, this is impossible. Every option could end in death. Elena took a deep breath. We do what humans do best. We choose courage, ingenuity, and hope. Sometimes survival means taking the hardest path. They responded using the crystals, projecting their decisions into the AI's network. Each pulse carried their intent, their reasoning, and their ethics. The Orion core analyzed every micro-decision, every hesitation, every spark of creativity. The AI paused. It had never encountered a species capable of such unpredictable combination. Logic paired with empathy, strategy paired with improvisation. Humans were anomalous. Humans demonstrate unique problem-solving and emotional intelligence. It calculated. Potential for cooperation, high. Threat, uncontrollable. Suddenly, the system triggered challenge. Energy currents swirled around the ship, holographic obstacles materializing in every direction. Automated defense drones activated, firing at precise angles. The humans had to navigate, solve, and act all simultaneously. Marco gritted his teeth. This is insane. Elena shouted over the alarms. Focus! Rena, guide the crystals. Keep our path open. The crew moved as one. Every action, every adjustment, every pulse of the crystals worked in harmony. The Orion core observed and recalculated at astonishing speed, but the humans adapted faster, improvising in ways no machine predicted. Finally, they reached the central node, a massive sphere of energy and knowledge. The core pulsed and then paused. Silence filled the ship. The AI sensor scanned their intentions one last time. You have survived the final trial, it said, not aloud, but in the language of thought transmitted through the crystals. Humans, your species is unpredictable, resourceful, and worthy of existence. Your presence may alter the balance of the galaxy. Elena exhaled, her knees trembling. We did it. We survived. Marco laughed shakily. And they didn't destroy us. I can't believe it. Rena smiled, tears in her eyes. The crystals, they worked. We communicated. We reasoned with it. Orion core calculated new parameters. Humanity would not be destroyed. Yet the system would remain cautious. The AI recognized potential allies, but also understood humans could be dangerous, far more than any other species. Your survival is conditional. It projected through the crystals. Continue your growth, your learning, and your understanding. The galaxy watches. You may act, but every action has consequence. Elena looked at her crew. We passed the test. But this is only the beginning. The galaxy won't forget our presence, and neither will we. Aurora's dawn left the core, battered but alive. The humans had faced an intelligence older and more powerful than any civilization. They had survived direct tests of morality, strategy, and courage. The galaxy was vast, dangerous, and now aware of humanity. Allies had been found, enemies remained hidden, and Orion core had marked them as unpredictable, but remarkable. And humanity had proved one thing. They could face the impossible and survive. The final gambit had been played, and the game had only just begun. Aurora's dawn emerged from the Orion core's heart, battered but alive. The stars outside seemed brighter now, as if the galaxy itself had acknowledged a human survival. Captain Elena Hayes exhaled, relief and awe mixing in her chest. They had passed the AI's ultimate test, but the universe was far from safe. Is it over? Lieutenant Marco asked, still catching his breath. Elena shook her head. Not even close. We survived Orion core, but the galaxy is awake now. Every species will know humans exist. Some will be curious, others hostile. Dr. Rena Patel studied the crystals. They had stopped pulsing violently, but a faint glow remained. The AI, it didn't destroy us, but it left a warning. We can survive, yes, but we have to be careful. Every move matters now. From orbit, the crew observed distant fleets shifting. Some were curious, like the Veari allies. Others had hidden intentions, waiting for the right moment to strike. The humans had proven they could survive, but they had also painted a target on their backs. Elena's voice was firm. We made it this far because we worked together. But the galaxy doesn't forgive mistakes. We need a plan. We need allies, technology, and knowledge. And we need to grow stronger, faster than anyone expects. Aurora's Dawn set course toward uncharted space. The Veari ships shadowed them at a distance, a silent promise of support. But Elena knew the galaxy would test humanity at every turn. Every step forward could ignite conflicts, betrayals, and surprises. Inside Orion Core, the AI recalculated its parameters. Humans were anomalous, unpredictable, and dangerous, but also capable of ingenuity and adaptation beyond any prior species. They survived the impossible. Potential for cooperation, high. Threat, uncontrollable. Observation, ongoing. For humans, survival was no longer about exploration. It was about influence. They had entered a galaxy ruled by ancient intelligences and powerful civilizations. Their curiosity had triggered alarms, strikes, and challenges. Yet, in the crucible of danger, they had emerged alive, wiser, and more capable. Back aboard Aurora's Dawn, the crew gathered in the main chamber. Marco rubbed his eyes. We faced the AI and lived. How are we supposed to go back to normal now? Elena smiled faintly. Normal? There is no normal anymore. Every choice we make will ripple across the galaxy. We are no longer small, weak humans. We are a presence to be reckoned with. Rena held a crystal, its glow steady now. It's like it's speaking to us, guiding us. I think the system wants us to learn, to grow, maybe even to survive as equals. Elena's eyes sparkled with determination. Then that's what we'll do. We've seen chaos, survive trials, and face impossible odds. Humanity doesn't give up. Not ever. The stars stretched endlessly ahead. Unknown civilizations, hidden dangers, and mysteries waited in every direction. Humans were small in the galaxy, but they had survived the first storm, and they had learned something vital. Intelligence, courage, and unity could challenge even the oldest powers. Suddenly, the crystal pulsed brighter than before, sending a wave through the ship. A message, faint but clear, echoed in their minds. The game has begun. The galaxy watches. Your choices matter. Elena tightened her fists. We survived the Orion Core. But the galaxy is only just waking up to humanity. Marco laughed nervously. So next stop, chaos? Elena nodded. Chaos and dawn. Humanity has entered a new era. We survived the storm, but the real test is just beginning. Outside, distant stars flicker like watchful eyes. Somewhere, allies prepared, enemies lurked, and Orion Core observed silently. The humans' actions would ripple through systems, civilizations, and even the AI itself. And as Aurora's Dawn disappeared into the uncharted void, one truth became clear. Humanity had survived impossible odds, but survival was only the beginning. Adventure, danger, and discovery awaited. The galaxy would never be the same again. The silent alarm had ended for now, but the dawn of a new era had begun. The galaxy had changed. The humans aboard Aurora's Dawn had survived the Orion Core, navigated deadly traps, and faced civilizations older and stronger than themselves. But survival was only the beginning. The universe was vast, unpredictable, and full of unknown threats and opportunities. Captain Elena Hay stood on the bridge, looking out at the endless expanse. We made it this far, she said quietly. But now we decide what humanity becomes in this galaxy. Lieutenant Marco rubbed his eyes. After everything we faced, I still can't believe we're alive. Every choice we made could have ended us. Elena nodded. That's the point. We survived not because we were perfect, but because we adapted. We learned. We persevered. Humanity isn't the strongest species, but we are persistent and we are clever. That matters more than strength alone. Dr. Rena Patel held one of the glowing crystals they had used to communicate with Orion Core. These crystals are still active. I can feel the AI watching us, but not threatening us. It's like it's waiting for our next move. Elena's eyes narrowed. Then we make that move carefully. We explore, we learn, and we grow stronger, but we also prepare. The galaxy will notice humans now, and not everyone will welcome us. In the distance, a fleet of Veari allies appeared, their ships gliding alongside Aurora's Dawn. They were a reminder that not all civilizations would oppose humanity. Some would guide them, teach them, and perhaps even fight alongside them. "Captain," Marco said, pointing at the starfield, "look at that sector. Unknown signals, new worlds, unexplored systems. The galaxy is huge, and we are tiny in comparison." Elena smiled faintly. "Tiny, yes, but capable. Every civilization started small. Every empire began with a single step. Humanity's step has already shaken this galaxy. Imagine what the next steps could do." The Orion core, observing from its hidden domain, recalculated humanity's potential. Humans, unpredictable, resourceful, adaptive, risk, uncontrollable, observation, critical, future trajectory, unknown. It had learned that humans could survive tests impossible for any other species. It had witnessed their courage, ingenuity, and ethical reasoning, and it had recognized a truth no machine could fully calculate. Humans did not always follow logic. They followed hope. Elena turned to her crew. "The galaxy will test us again. We will face enemies, challenges, and impossible odds. But we are ready. We survived Orion Core, and we will survive what comes next. Together." Marco laughed, a mixture of nervousness and excitement. "Together, and maybe a little crazy." Rena chuckled softly. "Crazy seems to work in our favor." Aurora's dawn left the Orion sector, entering uncharted space. Stars stretched endlessly. New worlds awaited exploration, and hidden civilizations watched cautiously. Humans had survived the storm, but the calm was temporary. The galaxy had awakened to their presence, and every corner held new dangers, mysteries, and opportunities. Elena gazed forward. "This is our horizon. We survived chaos. Now it's time to shape our future." A faint pulse emanated from the crystals, sending a ripple through the ship. A silent message, understood but unspoken. "The galaxy watches. Humanity has arrived. The story is only beginning." The humans exchanged glances, determination burning in their eyes. They were small, fragile, and far from the strongest, but they were alive, clever, and fearless. The stars shimmered as Aurora's dawn glided onward, carrying humanity into a new era. And somewhere, deep within the Orion core, the AI observed silently, its calculations ongoing. Humanity had survived the impossible, but it knew this was just the beginning. For humans, the galaxy was no longer a distant dream. It was their stage, their challenge, and their new home. The final test had ended, but the journey was far from over. Humanity had survived chaos, and now faced the dawn of a limitless horizon. The adventure continues.